Welcome to the Coach David Lee Davis Red Raider High School Football Show. You're watching us live from Charter Channel 6 studios over here in Tullahoma on Wilson Avenue. I'm your host, Chip Ramsey, publisher of the Saturday Independent newspaper. Coach, we got one.
We did. We finally got one. It was a long time coming and feels great.
35-7 win. Coffee County goes to White County in Sparta, Tennessee last night and comes away with a very impressive victory. Defense scored, offense scored. I think everyone but special teams scored last night. Talk about how that felt. Obviously, I mean, it's one of those no-brainer questions, but just tell us how it felt for your team, for you as a coach, your first win as a head coach. Congratulations again. And just talk a little bit about that, Coach.
I just couldn't be more proud of the kids. I mean, it's all about the kids. I told them that last night 2 or 3 times that, you know, even though, yes, it's first win for me, it's all about them. It all comes back to what they did in the summer, what they did in the fall, what they did overcoming, you know, early losses to really good teams. We're starting to see the first 3 weeks of the season how good Shelbyville, Marshall County, and Tullahoma really are. And it's all about them. So I was just proud for them, and they put in a good week of practice and came away with a big region win.
Big region win. You're 1-0 in the region right now, which bodes well. Facing a tough Independence team next week. The gears kind of change for you, obviously, but we're going to get into watching some of the game film here in just a second as soon as that comes up. But talk about preparations for this week for Independence. Fast team, right?
Very fast. They're I think last I heard they're ranked 6th in the state in 6A. They are an outstanding team, fast, well coached. It's going to be we're going to be in for a battle.
How do they stack up to, say, a Shelbyville? I've heard them compared to them somewhat in terms of speed and talent. Maybe quite not as complete of a football team as Shelbyville, but maybe faster.
I think they're more of a complete team than Shelbyville. They, if we remember back to the Shelbyville game, number 23, Marquise Morton, who I believe is one of the best backs in 5A. They've got about 3 or 4 of him on offense, and their defense blitzes from every position. I mean, it doesn't matter where it's coming. You know, they got 11 guys on the field, and every one of them can come, and they're a great team.
Back to Friday night's win, Coach. We started out down 7-0. Your team it's sort of been a pattern for us through the first few games. We get close, we almost score, we don't score. The momentum changes for us. They jump on us quickly, and the kids seem to be battling uphill. Happened to us Friday night. Sparta or White County strikes first. Talk about how your team adjusted and what you guys did to get them back on the page and rolling from there.
We really talked a lot this week about how to overcome mental things. We physically were as good as anyone on our schedule. Mental-wise, we've got to overcome when things go bad. Anytime things go bad, we have a really hard time of just putting our head down and thinking, here it goes again. So we really preached that this week, and it was all about the kids overcame it. I mean, when they were down 7-0, they looked at each other and said, we are not losing this game. We are not. And once they had the mindset that, no, we're not losing, we didn't.
Good win. There was a good atmosphere on the sidelines. I thought the kids seemed to have a little bit of their swag back to them. You always want your team to have just a little swag to them, and they all seem to sort of have that back. They look really good, and I was proud of them how they bounced back. Coach, some of your highlights, some of your players that you want to recognize from last night. I know you had Hunter Smithson, who's all of 120 pounds of just I don't know, what is he, just a ball of energy. Comes up with a big play. Did that kind of get the momentum rocking for us?
It did.
With his interception return?
It did, and Hunter got hurt on Wednesday. He hurt his knee a little bit, tore a bursa sac, and it swelled up humongous, so he was questionable to even play. And he came out there and had an outstanding game. Logan Baumstein, another one, had a pick 6, took an interception back for a touchdown. Defense was outstanding. And when your defense plays well, everything else falls into place.
Defense played well as well. Coach, of course, you went to your balanced attack against this team. We didn't ride D'Angelo Rozier, it seems, as much. We threw it up a little bit. Chris Murray catches a 70-yard pass towards the end of the game. Aired it out a little bit more this week. Talk about how your passing game is developing.
We had to. We knew after Rozier had a good first 3 games, and he's rushed for over 100 yards in all 3 of those games, that White County was going to try to stop the run. Now, we didn't realize they were going to put everybody in the box I think I saw a couple cheerleaders and a mom loading the box to stop Rozier. So we had to throw the ball. And when we did and we completed it, it was good. And that's kind of what we came out after halftime and said, we've got to throw the football. And I thought we did a good job. Meeker did a good job when he was asked to make plays, and Wicks and Murray on the outside made big plays.
Coach, and I think one statistic that we've radically changed this week is no turnovers.
I know, I was shocked. It's a good feeling. And again, when your defense plays well, you don't turn the football over, you win football games.
And, quite frankly, I don't think the team that I saw last night win against White County, and again, White County is not a Tullahoma or Shelbyville, but at the same time, the team I saw last night was the same team that was out there in those first 3 games, minus about 4 or 5 turnovers a game.
It was. We've told the kids that, and everybody who's been to our games knows we hold on to the football the first 3 games of the year. Our record's a lot better.
It is. It definitely is. We're waiting on our video tape to get up from the game. We've got live coverage from the game last night, so we're pulling a little bit of improv duty right now while we get our technical disco. Okay. Well, we're ready. We're ready to roll with it. Let's just go to the game right now. Let's see it. Okay.
This is Ken Huddleston, and this is KK's Music, Loans, and Jewelry. This is his son, Zach Huddleston, and this is his dad, Ken Sr., better known as KK. You never know what's coming through the door next.
An 1880 Liberty $10 gold piece, a Ruger M77 rifle, 300 Winchester Magnum with a Leopold 25x50 Barry X3 scope.
If you're looking for one-of-a-kind merchandise, come by KK's Music, Loans, and Jewelry in Tullahoma and Manchester.
Hi, I'm Lori Thompson.
And I'm Mike Thompson, and Lori and I have bought the dealership back on Highway 55, Thompson Ford, Tullahoma, Tennessee. It's back, it's wide open for business, and ready to serve you guys in the community.
And we want to thank you for allowing us to raise our children here. We've been here almost 15 years.
We want to thank the community. Without you guys, we couldn't have done it. We know it was your support that allowed us to achieve this dream. Come be a part of the dream, something special. Come see us at Thompson Ford. Ask for Mike or Lori.
The highest standard of trust offers a sense of safety and comfort. It's established over time. You know when you see it. You know when you feel it. There's a standard of trust in healthcare. It's the Joint Commission Gold Seal of Approval. In 2003, Life Care Center of Tullahoma voluntarily achieved this accreditation and maintains it still today. Life Care, meeting a higher standard. As residents matter most.
Welcome to the Rose Bowl. The team's taking the field. Not many people. Oh, my. He missed. Off to a rough start here. Somebody wants to go home. What's he doing?
If you're not watching college football in HD, you're watching Pee Wee TV. Graduate to Charter TV in HD and let it all in.
And welcome back. You're watching the Coach Lee Davis Red Raider football show. Coffee County goes to Sparta in White County, Tennessee, and comes away with a 35-7 win. First win of the season, first win of Coach Davis's career. Coach, we are watching first quarter action. Seeing Peyton Meeker on a little rollout, and not much there, and he keeps it and doesn't throw a pick. Smart move.
It was smart. We came out and wanted to establish a run game, and like I said, they loaded the box up, and it didn't take long for us to understand we need to throw the football. This is just sickening whenever we didn't get in the right formation. Had a great play here, and Wicks is running down the sideline, and there is nobody around him. Makes a great catch, but we're legal formation. Got to bring it back. We come back to that 2 or 3 times in this game because it was almost always there.
Yeah, you ran this set a lot. You had 5 wide, empty backfield. Talk about the difference between putting Murray and Meeker in there at these different spots.
Right. The biggest difference is that right there. If Meeker's back there, we feel like we can throw it around a little bit. If Murray's back there, he's more of a running threat.
Right.
And we got that empty set, and we were really reading what they were doing. Here's a bad call on my part. We we had it set up where if they lined up in a certain defense for our punt, we knew we had something. And they lined up even though it was 4th and a bunch, and we gave them great field position. And Sparta's got talent. I mean, they're a good football team. They'll win games this year.
They will. They were not a terrible football team. They seemed a bit undersized. Your line seemed to have at least 50 pounds on them per man.
They did. Those tailbacks in the backfield are good, though. They got number 4 back there, and number 7 can flat out go. I thought their O-line was very, very scrappy. Our defense coming up, making a good stop there.
I'm seeing a lot on. I saw last night, Coach, a lot more flying around with the ball, more aggressive attacking, getting like that right there. I believe that's Charles Jones, who was a monster all night. I think Jones put 2 or 3 of those hits on people during the course of the game.
He did. Jones can play. But we were running the football well, and I thought the defense played well all night long. Number 4, again, outstanding player. I was talking to their head coach before the game, and he said 4 is one of the best players he's ever coached.
Very, very fast. I don't know what year he is.
He's a sophomore.
Wow.
He played a lot as a freshman last year, and a lot of people don't remember him from the game last year because he changed his jersey. He told the head coach his goal was to change his jersey number every single year. So next year when you look up, it won't be 4 running the ball. Good little bounce there. I feel like even now we're making them earn their yardage. There's no big pops for 80-yard gains. Get them down, make them snap it again.
Yeah, they're in a hurry up on you.
They are. They've got so much in a hurry that they didn't line up properly. Again, there's 4, just making plays. Good job by Hunter Smithson coming up, making a play there, keep him out of the end zone.
Smokestack eye, and they're still grinding it at you. They didn't do anything fancy. They seemed to line up and just kind of come at you.
They did, and here's 4th down, and we called a timeout, and we were ready for this, and I felt like we were in the perfect position, and he makes a play and jumps over the top. That's a great player making a great play.
So at this point, it's 6-0, White County. Extra point coming up is good. Warriors lead 7-0.
7-0, but there's still a feel between the kids that, hey, we're not losing this game. And that's kind of been a different feel than what I've seen on the sideline.
Talk about that. What went on? What is going on? Have they just said enough is enough and we are better than this and we know it now? Is that what's finally happened to them?
I sure hope so. We'll find out in the next coming weeks. Offensive line making holes for Rozier, and he's just popping through. I really think that's what it is. I mean, I hope that our kids have just decided, you know what, we can win any game we're in as long as we play. I thought it was interesting, again, talking to their head coach after the game. They said any time that number 2 was at quarterback, they had every single kid with his eyes on him.
Chris Murray is a dangerous player and a strong player, and had a great game too. I believe 2 touchdown receptions. Did he get? No, I'm sorry, that was Wicks.
Wicks got 2.
Huh? He had.
All right, Wicks got 1 or 2. Here we are again with the same little route that we didn't line up in. And the crowd, we had a nice crowd last night, and they had a big crowd, and the band was playing, and we didn't hear the snap count there.
Yeah, their band was active.
They were. It was a good atmosphere last night. It was.
Yeah, if folks, you've never been down to that stadium, it's a very intimate setting. It's a pretty field, sort of surrounded by pines, sort of tucked into a little cove in between the school, and great atmosphere for football.
It is. I always enjoy going down to Sparta, especially because I know their head coach real well.
You guys coached with Rankin.
We did. We were on the same Riverdale staff, and he helped me get on there. And ever since then, I bet we've talked once every week, once every 2 weeks. This week we talked every single day.
Now, some of these sets, explain what's going on here. We've got this very wide set, obviously, for our punts. We were doing, were you just trying to see if they were going to give us anything that we could possibly pop a fake playoff with?
We do. All our punt formations are set up to be automatic reads. If they don't line up right, if they forget to cover someone, we can go for it. And when you do that, the bad part about it is, even if you're down in your territory like we saw earlier, you've got to go for it. I mean, if you put your automatic fakes in, it's automatic. You got to do it.
Right.
And sometimes it backfires like it did.
Tyler King leading the stop right there, guys. That's the end of the first quarter. It's 7-0 White County. Coffee County was coming up next quarter with some more points they're going to put on the board. And we're going to be right back with another commercial break. Stay tuned.
People's Bank & Trust provides only the highest quality services and products available. At People's Bank & Trust, your 100% satisfaction is always our highest priority. Voted Manchester's finest bank and tellers for 2 years in a row. Come let us show you how friendly and helpful our tellers are. People's Bank & Trust offers business and mortgage loans, including auto, farm equipment, lines of credit, commercial real estate loans, business loans, and more. So if you're looking for a bank you can trust, stop by People's Bank & Trust, serving the banking needs of our area since 1906.
The tent is up at Stan McNabb Chevrolet, and that means the model year wrap-up sale is now in progress. It's been a great year for Stan McNabb and Chevrolet. 5 Consumer Digest Best Buy Awards, North America Car of the Year, and 5 top safety picks. Our best model year ever. And check out this award-winning 2011 Chevy Silverado Extended Cab. Drive it off our lot for only $22,777. Best of all, we have a great supply of 2011 models, but they're going fast. So take advantage of the model year wrap-up tent sale at Stan McNabb Chevrolet today.
Get Tullahoma's news first, fast, and free with Tullahoma's News Leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Jimmy and Jenny bring you local weather, sports, community calendar events, birth announcements, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Tullahoma's News, get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Morning Point Assisted Living Residence is not a home, it's simply home for many seniors who just need a little help now and then. Morning Point offers private apartments for your independence. Come and go with the comfort of knowing that Morning Point is always there with qualified healthcare professionals to assist with medications, transportation, and your well-being. Enjoy restaurant-style dining at every meal. Choose participation from a wide variety of activities. Families take comfort in knowing their loved one lives in a safe place with all the benefits of home, plus a little assistance. Morning Point. Life continued.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. One of the things we want to do right now is thank Rick Gerwe and all those fine folks over at Mid-South Distributing. They're our water sponsor here on the Coach Lee Davis Show. And you know, when you need to hydrate and don't know what to do, go to the store and buy a bottle of Q. Get on in that white quartz water. It's pure water from Georgia, aquifer pure, not processed, not filtered. Thank you, Rick Gerwe and all the folks over at Mid-South Distributing for all this good water. And another person we want to thank, let's give a big thanks to Mr. Sherrill Vernon and his son Kevin. You know, Sherrill Pest Control, been in business around here for a long time. Consummate professionals. You want to deal with somebody who can help you get rid of your bugs and pests, go to the best. Go to Sherrill Pest Control. I don't care if you've got ants, rats, bats, gnats, whatever you've got. Glowworms, bed bugs, makes no difference. They can take care of your problem. They are the best there is at what they do. That is Sherrill Pest Control, getting rid of varmints for you. So you give them a call, 728-4290, located about halfway between Tullahoma and Manchester. Good folks doing the best at what they do, getting rid of pests for folks like you. Sherrill Pest Control. Let's go back to the show.
Thanks, John. Second quarter action, Sparta, or rather White County and Coffee County. White County with a 7-0 lead right now, and the ball. Defense played very well, Coach. I want to talk about your corners, your ends. The ends of your line of scrimmage on defense seem to have been stopped up. They were stringing plays out. Plays that were normally cutting around the corner and getting upfield are going laterally.
They did, and we were impressed because Garrett Richardson, our starting defensive end, was out. He's messed his foot up and will be out for a little while. But I thought Nathan Henderson came in and did an outstanding job. And, of course, Tyler King on the other side always does a great job. I thought, like you, I thought our ends played very, very well. Back on offense here. Again, even though the line of scrimmage is stacked, we've still got to run the football. I mean, when you've got number 1 back there and you've got Little Morris and 47 leading the way, you've got to run the football. And I thought Rozier did the best job he could against what he was facing.
Had more of a grinding game, popping 3 or 4 2 yards at a time. And right here he gets a first down, carries about 6 guys with him in a pile.
He did it. We knew it was going to be a grinding game. We run the same kind of offenses. We probably called the same plays. It was no secret what all we were going to do Friday night.
Again, we're just lining up and powered.
We thought we had a real advantage on the offensive line. They've got a defensive player there, that defensive tackle. In my opinion, he may be the region defensive player of the year. He's that good down there, and we just thought we could run right at him.
Missed opportunity there.
Here we go punting again.
Back in the punt.
Again, right now we feel like we're kind of stale offensively. I mean, they're doing a good job stopping the run. We've got to throw the football. We need something big to happen, and our defense comes up huge on this drive.
I got to compliment your punting team, though. Your punting team flipped the field for you all day long, and there no mistakes, nothing costly on that end of it too. So I thought that was a positive part of the game too.
It is. Our punts come a long way since Shelbyville.
Literally.
Oh yes. Good job by little Dillinger out there at corner, coming up and cleaning up the mess, and Smithson again coming up making plays. Good job by our D-line making plays on again, their tailbacks are real good.
Back in the eye. A couple of these screens, they threw several of these out. Almost slips away from there, but nice tackle there on, I believe, Murray.
It was. And here comes a big play by Smithson.
There's Smithson's pick.
Great jump. Dillinger does a great job coming down there and making sure he gets in the end zone, and you can't say enough about Smithson there. He read the coverage, he jumped the play, and made a huge play for us. Got us on the scoreboard, and now the momentum's back on our side.
Good work from the kicking game. You used a couple different kickers. We've got a new kicker. Introduce your new kicker, Coach. A young man who came in right in time for the coffee pot game last week.
He did. It's Mr. Daniel Maccabee. He played at Tullahoma last year, and he's going to be a good one for us. He needs practice, and that's kind of why we switched halfway through this game. Was we felt like David Morgan could come in and really get us a good job if we needed him. And once Maccabee got the next one blocked, we thought, all right, let's give David his chance again.
I was impressed with your kickoff coverage too. Again, right there, we not as impressive as what I was trying to say earlier, but towards the later the game, you were kicking over into the corners. Your kicker did a really good job of placing the ball so that you were pinning them into a corner.
I thought David Morgan probably had the best game of anyone out there playing last night.
Consistent.
He did. He punted well. He kicked off exactly where we wanted to. I was very impressed with how much David Morgan's grown up, and he will be a good player for us.
Logan Baumstein, nice tackle there, open field.
Another good job by Tyler King. Tyler King is he's just a professional out there. You don't hear much from him. He's just kind of quiet and does his job.
His grandmother lives across the street from my mother, so I know Mr. King very well.
Good job here making him punt. Good job by Murray just to get down. Now back on offense.
Spread it out a little bit more, and
again, we know right away we've got to throw the football a little bit. Good job by Wicks coming back and making a play. We feel like we're a running football team, so we hate when we have to line back and throw it all over the field. But here after the first quarter, I thought our receivers and quarterbacks really did a good job of getting on the same page and making stuff happen. Again, just moving the pile.
Moving the pile.
That's just dirty, nasty football, and that's the way we like it.
That's fun football.
Sweep. Only sweep we ran all night. We were afraid that guy would come off the edge, and when he did, we said, okay, enough of that then. Great decision here by Meeker. Great step up.
Nice.
Great catch, touchdown.
That was pretty.
That was great by Brent Wicks. He read the coverage, put his foot in the ground, went to the corner.
Very impressive throw and catch from quarterback Peyton Meeker to Brent Wicks. It is now 13-7. Extra point coming. Blocked.
Again, look who is Mr. Number 4. He was everywhere Friday night, and he will be in the future. He's a good player for him, and I can't wait to see how much he improves.
You see that kid's a sophomore?
He's a sophomore, just like Rozier.
Boy.
So we'll see this guy for a long time. Left that one just a little inside. That was probably his worst kickoff of the night, and that one wasn't bad at all.
Coverage on it pretty good. First and 10 at the 31-yard line for White County. Give up the middle, defense swallows it up. Again, no big plays during this game either, Coach.
No, it's kind of nice to see.
Nice job there. Who's in on that sack?
That's Mr. Charles Jones.
Oh, go figure. Charles Jones had a heck of a good night. That's the end of the half. 13-7, Coffee County over White County. Coffee County goes on to win 35-7. You're watching the Coach Lee Davis Red Raider football show. We'll be right back.
This is Ken Huddleston. And this is KK's Music, Loans, and Jewelry. This is his son, Zach Huddleston. And this is his dad, Ken Sr., better known as KK. You never know what's coming through the door next.
An 1880 Liberty $10 gold piece. A Ruger M77 rifle, 300 Winchester Magnum with a Leopold 25x50 Barry X3 scope.
If you're looking for one-of-a-kind merchandise, come by KK's Music, Loans, and Jewelry in Tullahoma and Manchester.
Hi, I'm Lori Thompson.
And I'm Mike Thompson, and Lori and I have bought the dealership back on Highway 55, Thompson Ford, Tullahoma, Tennessee. It's back, it's wide open for business, and ready to serve you guys in the community.
And we want to thank you for allowing us children here. We've been here almost 15 years.
We want to thank the community. Without you guys, we couldn't have done it. We know it was your support that allowed us to achieve this dream. Come be a part of the dream, something special. Come see us at Thompson Ford. Ask for Michael Lord.
The highest standard of trust offers a sense of safety and comfort. It's established over time. You know when you see it. You know when you feel it. There's a standard of trust in healthcare. It's the Joint Commission Gold Seal of Approval. In 2003, Life Care Center of Tullahoma voluntarily achieved this accreditation and maintains it still today. Life Care, meeting a higher standard because residents matter most.
Welcome to the Rose Bowl. The team's taking the field. Not many people. Oh, my. He missed. Off to a rough start here. Somebody wants to go home. What's he doing?
If you're not watching college football in HD, you're watching Pee Wee TV. Graduate to Charter TV in HD and let it all in.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank Ascend Federal Credit Union for getting behind Manchester and Coffee County football, the Coach Lee Davis show here. And what they would like to say to you is the clock is ticking. Your team's ahead. To stay in control of the game, you need an option offense. It's time for the Ascend option. Giving your kids access to a youth account from Ascend Federal Credit Union gives them financial options. It's never too early to learn how to save and spend money wisely. And a Discover, Venture, or Go Youth account from Ascend can help you. For more information, visit ascendfcu.org or call 800-342-3086. Ascend Federal Credit Union, raising possibilities. Ascend is federally insured by the NCUA and membership is limited. Thank you, Ascend, for getting behind this great football program. And someone else we want to thank is Greg Driver and Chuck Lynch over at Apex Restoration in Tullahoma. You know, folks, if you have a problem, if you have a flood, a fire, you have wind damage, these people are emergency response professionals. You can get in touch with them at 866-461-5580. And they are tied in with DKI, which is North America's largest property damage restoration contracting organization. They do things like emergency services, water damage mediation, mold remediation and environmental services, fire and smoke damage, contents restoration, and complete reconstruction. They also have a catastrophe response team. So anytime you are in a tight and you need some help with property casualty damage, give them a call at Apex Restoration. That is 866-461-5508, and tell Greg Driver and Chuck Lynch and all those fine folks over there that you appreciate them being behind your Coffee County football team this year. Now, let's get back to the game.
Thank you, John. Back here at second half action, you're with Coach Lee Davis, head coach of the Coffee County Red Raider football team. I'm your host, Chip Ramsey, with the Saturday Independent. Kicking off second half.
Coming out of halftime, we knew that we had to get up, make a big stop here, and that's a great kickoff.
This is a great kick.
Great
this is
kickoff,
right in
Dave
front
Moore.
of me.
We knew if we got a good stop, we'd be in great position to win this football game. Good job of Hunter Smithson coming up, making a play there. Hunter was all over the field last night. I can't wait till he's back at 100%. Good job balling
His sister
up.
was homecoming queen last week too, so
great.
Good week for the Smithson family. Thank you for the ground.
Turf Monster got him there.
Turf Monster got him there. See, Dillinger's in at cornerback out here, Coach. Using a little bit of my boy Andrew.
He is. He's new. He's this is his first year playing football, and we feel like he's got a great upside, and can't wait to put a little weight on him and some muscle.
He's pretty quick.
He is.
Pretty fast kid.
We played Caleb West on the defensive line this week. It's the first time he's done that in a couple, all year since we've known him, and I thought Caleb did an outstanding job down there. He was, we thought he could play a little bit, and we put him in, and sure enough in practice he's shown that he can be a defensive tackle for us, and that just gives us another 300-pounder up front. Good job of the defense.
Come out right out and stop them in that first drive. Stop them for no real yardage and get the ball back. Great job there for your defense.
It was. Like I've said a couple times, defense played well, real well.
They did. I thought, obviously the score is indicative of it, and sometimes we often too state the obvious. But I thought this was the defense's best game of the season so far. I mean, and just not just because of the score, but just because of certain things. Your corners were sealed up this time. The stuff that came through the middle, it didn't get very far. A lot of your middle runs were stuffed, and they didn't really get any passes on us. So.
Well, I thank the world of my defensive staff. Brian Duncan is the defensive coordinator, came in from Smyrna. Kirk Embry does the defensive backs, and Ben Coons, safety coach. Keith Stevenson does our defensive ends, and Roger Barlow, who's been around for a while, does our D tackles. And I just thank the world of those guys, and they put in a lot of hours and, put our kids in position to win, and they did.
Fortunately, punt the ball. Sparta, or White County rather, takes the ball back. Roll out pass.
Good job here. Look at that one-handed.
And there it goes. Logan Baumstein reads it perfectly, slips in front of it, takes it to the house.
Again, that's your offense's best friend when your defense scores.
Two scores for the defense. A little bit of a tighter game without them.
Much tighter game.
We're talking 2 scores, and Sparta maybe think, or I keep calling them Sparta, White County may think they're in the game if we don't have a couple extra scores to pad that lead.
But the good news is we did.
We did.
Again, another good kickoff by David Morgan.
Kickoff coverage is really good too, Coach. You guys keep your lanes well. Made tackles.
We try to take good pride in our special teams, and we put some kids out there that we know can make plays for us. And we don't care if they start offense, defense. Special teams is the third facet of the game, and they've got to be out there and they've got to make plays.
Nice play by your corner right there. Dillinger plays off his block and keeps that from going for big yardage.
Again, another good run by a good back.
I'll note this: we've faced really good backs, or each team that we've played so far has had 1 or 2 key personnel that were just superstars, and this kid for White County was probably in that company. But again, first time we shut him down. We don't let their superstar be shine.
We did. If you hold them if you make people keep snapping the football, then good things will happen. It's those runs that bust for 50, 60, 70 that just destroy you. But if you just keep making tackles and keep making them snap the football, you'll be okay.
Charles Jones, good tackle right there, reads the play, flows to it, steps up, makes a play.
Good job again.
Stuffed.
Austin Cutshaw up front he's just a man up there on the defensive line.
Cutshaw's a beast.
You kind of, you don't really, all these days we don't talk about him because he just goes up there and does his job.
Yeah, he does. He's a good guy. I like Austin. You got a lot of good kids on this team, Coach.
Oh, we got a lot of great kids. I'm just blessed to be able to coach them every day. I mean, sometimes I just wake up and wonder what I did right in life to be able to just actually coach these kids. It's a great job on 4th down, making a great play.
Fantastic stop.
Now we've got the ball back with a little bit of lead. We're kind of wanting to run the football and get out of there and put a little more points on the board. Good job by Rozier. That's what we asked him to do.
Flipped after a good gain, 3rd and short. And they give it to us.
It's a good job by the offensive line to hold their jump. We practiced that play a whole lot. Here it is again. This is what we worked on all week long. Flip it over there to Murray. Let him run. It's a great job by Murray. Great job by Meeker reading the coverage. That was a dual read. We tried to ask our quarterbacks to have too much of a dual read. We want them just to read one person and go, but that was one where we had to read the coverage, and Meeker's growing up in front of your eyes.
Yeah, I was about to say, he really has. His presence on the field was much more commanding. He was calmer than I've seen him. He's not a very emotional kid in general, but he just seemed to, he just sort of seemed to have a better grasp of himself and what was going on. End of the 3rd quarter, it's 28-7 at the end of the 3rd quarter. Coffee County on top of White County, onto a big district win. We'll be right back right after these commercial messages with Coach Lee Davis and the Coffee County Red Raider football team.
People's Bank & Trust provides only the highest quality services and products available. At People's Bank & Trust, your 100% satisfaction is always our highest priority. Voted Manchester's finest bank and tellers for 2 years in a row. Come let us show you how friendly and helpful our tellers are. People's Bank and Trust offers business and mortgage loans, including auto, farm equipment, lines of credit, commercial real estate loans, business loans, and more. So if you're looking for a bank you can trust, stop by People's Bank and Trust, serving the banking needs of our area since 1906.
The tent is up at Stan McNabb Chevrolet, and that means the model year wrap-up sale is now in progress. It's been a great year for Stan McNabb and Chevrolet. 5 Consumer Digest Best Buy Awards, North America Car of the Year, and 5 top safety picks. Our best model year ever. And check out this award-winning 2011 Chevy Silverado Extended Cab. Drive it off our lot for only $22,777. Best of all, we have a great supply of 2011 models, but they're going fast. So take advantage of the model year wrap-up tent sale at Stan McNabb Chevrolet today.
Get Tullahoma's news first, fast, and free with Tullahoma's News Leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Jimmy and Jenny bring you local weather, sports, community calendar events, birth announcements, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Tullahoma's News, get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Morning Point Assisted Living Residence is not a home, it's simply home for many seniors who just need a little help now and then. Morning Point offers private apartments for your independence. Come and go with the comfort of knowing that Morning Point is always there with qualified healthcare professionals to assist with medications, transportation, and your well-being. Enjoy restaurant-style dining at every meal. Choose participation from a wide variety of activities. Families take comfort in knowing their loved one lives in a safe place with all the benefits of home, plus a little assistance. Morning Point. Life continued.
Welcome back to the Coach Lee Davis Red Raider Football Show. I'm your host, Chip Ramsey, with the Saturday Independent newspaper. Fourth quarter action. Coffee County driving the ball.
Fourth quarter, this is where we really felt like we were in shape. We got to the point now we could run the football, and we're starting to break those runs that in the first half and the third quarter we weren't doing. I think we're in a lot better shape than really we thought we were, because we're able to really take the ball and run it now. And you see Rozier starting to have fun.
He's just leaning right now.
He is.
Leaning on kids.
We go on our heavy set. This is just our jumbo. We bring in all our big boys, and we run right at you. All our big boys and little Justin Morris in there.
All 125
yeah.
pounds. Justin's going to be keeping the change for my football game today for me. So
well, good.
I roped him into that. He promised me to do it.
Again, this is just being big.
His little brother is probably about weighs as much as one of Justin's legs, and he's on my football team, and he's tough as he can be.
Good job, just kind of pounding it.
And we're leaning on Rozier.
Good job of the offensive line there to make that easy. Good job, Caleb West coming down. Austin Cutshaw, Riddle.
This is a nice play right here on this extra point.
Yeah, 2-point play. It was kind of one of those things, it's in your book that if you're up by so many, you always go for 2, and it was, and we did.
Right now, 28-7.
Good return by White County. Again, it's number 4, and he's making plays, and we're starting to roll in some of our other guys in, trying to get some experience on the field, and still, I mean, you still see Austin Cutshaw and Murray, and I mean, we still got players out there, and they're still fighting, and that's what you want to see.
He got a lot of guys got some playing time that haven't played all season. I saw some more dirty jerseys than normal.
We did. We actually got a couple freshmen in too, which was good to see. So again, good job by Simmons turning back in.
Simmons turning that in.
Jeffrey Simmons has really come on, and he's going to be a really good player for us. He started this game, his first game starting, and he's going to be a good player in the future. Again, good job, Austin Cutshaw making plays, making them punt. up 28-7. We're still trying to move the football. Jet sweep to Dillinger, our cornerback, goes for nowhere.
Meeker back in the gun. Pass was
low. Aaron Rule, again, I talked about him last week. He does a great job for us. Everything we ask Aaron to do, I really believe if we asked him to drive the bus, he would.
And Meeker to Murray, 70 yards. That was a beautiful pass. That dropped right out of the sky for him. Murray makes a good catch, slows down to adjust on it. 6 points.
It was good. Good job. It was 3rd and 20, I think it was. And we only had one choice, and it was throw it up to number 2.
Extra point is good. 35-7 at this point. And I think right here, you're pretty sure the victory's in hand, and the feeling on the sidelines was almost like a collective sigh of relief and just an enjoyment of watching a good game and the accomplishments that this team put out there today.
It was. At 35-7, the game became fun. Even on this long kickoff return,
this was here too.
It still became fun. Now you can kind of, like you said, take a sigh of relief. Our coaches have come down from the box, and that's always a great feeling when you look up and the guys that were up on the box in the headsets are now sitting beside you. Little face guard in there. That's one of those. They put their best athlete out there, and we just do our best to get them covered.
Call pass interference on that?
You can't guard a wide receiver and not look for the football. They call it face guarding, and they called face guarding there. Again, we do a good job stringing this out and just get him down. I mean, he's a fine athlete.
At this point, it's a matter of defensive pride to keep him out of the end zone, and I think the team bowed up. And you don't have all your stars out there. You've got a lot of young guys out there stopping the Sparta team from getting any more points.
We do. That's, again, it's all pride. I mean, you know.
Caleb West gobbles him up.
Boy, it's nice to look up and have those 200-300-pounders up front and West and Cutshaw. If you play against us, you really got to look up and know that, hey, there's a defensive presence inside.
Ill-advised pass across. Could have been another pick six for Mr. Smithson if he'd had it a little closer to him.
That was 4th down, and now we're just trying to run the clock out, get a first down, and we know one first down gets us in our victory formation, which is the best play in football.
I tweeted a picture of you all in victory formation last night out to the Red Raider Nation. Felt good to say it. Take a time out here. Peyton Meeker didn't see somebody he liked, and we're gonna make sure he took care of the ball.
Got a little freshman in there.
Who was that in there?
Little Dalton Carter.
Dalton Carter. I think you got Justin Flowers in it, freshman in it, fullback, and I think Dalton was half of his size.
He was, and we got a little house back there at tailback now, and we love our little freshmen. We've got about 3 of them that stand about 5'4" or below, and we love those kids to death. 4th and inches, we decide to punt it. There's no reason to try to run the ball or try to get out there. Let's just punt it and put our defense back out there and escape out of Sparta with a much-needed region win.
Nice job, Dillinger, of keeping that thing pinned in and making a tackle.
Great job, scraping, making a play.
Baumstein comes up, turns that inside.
They had a penalty to move it back. And again, right now they're running the clock too, and it's just it's inevitable for both sidelines.
So one of the players told me there's a little extracurricular going on in the piles after this. Some of these plays, there There was a feisty little bunch up in White County, I was told.
You know, a region win, this was a very important game for both squads. I mean, it puts you in a win here puts you in a great position in your region, and it was one of those that they played with a lot of pride, and I felt like we did too, and sometimes emotions take the best of you.
Field goal attempt is no good for White County.
Now the best play in football.
Best play in football. Coach loves this one.
Except when Meeker doesn't take a knee when he's supposed to. He gets hit.
That, of course, obviously you probably flashed into your mind right about now, Jesse Brown, and you think of something like that at that point of the game would be just a fluky, freaky play for it to happen, but it happens so often.
It did. I noticed on these next one though, he really got down when he was supposed to. I don't think he likes to get hit very much, and once he got him off the edge, he decides, let me get down a little quicker here.
Right now you are watching Coffee County in victory formation at the end of the football game. White County and Sparta, Tennessee, they are playing White County Warriors, region win. And we're just waiting for the clock to tick down.
Good job, ball
and
game.
There it is, ball game, 35-7 win. Coffee County goes into Sparta against the White County Warriors, comes out 35-7, 1-0 in our district play right now. First win of the season, as we said, first win for Coach Lee Davis. Congratulations there. Coach, wrap it up. Next week, let's talk about Independence.
We're going down to visit the Boogeyman. They're ranked, like I said, 5th, 6th, 7th in the state. I hadn't seen the new poll come out. In my opinion, they're one of the top 4 teams in 6A. I mean, you can make a list of people who can win a state championship this year in 6A, and they're on there. They're fast, they're physical. We got to go in there and play our kind of football and line up and smash them in the mouth.
That'll be at Independence, 7 o'clock. You can listen to that broadcast on Fantasy 101.5 FM or right here on Charter Channel 6. Or you can listen to that broadcast online at fantasyradio.com. Of course, look for it in the Saturday Independent. We'll have all the scores in sports and all the scores after the game at tsinews.com. Coach, players of the game this week, we want to give a Two Purple Pigs. Our friends at the Two Purple Pigs are giving away wings for the players of the game. And Coach, you've got who's our player of the game?
Offensive player of the week went to number 20, Brent Wicks. Made a lot of great plays at receiver and did a great job with the ball in his hands. And the offensive player of the week goes to Brent Wicks.
Okay, Brent Wicks. And how about your defensive player of the game, Coach?
Defensive player of the game, it was a tough choice between these two kids because both of them, took interceptions for touchdowns. But we thought Hunter Smithson, number 33, did an outstanding job everywhere else on the field. He played injured. He just went above and beyond, and we felt like he deserved the defensive player of the week.
He could probably use these $25 worth of wings, too. He's a little guy. He needs to put some pounds on him. All right. Well, guys, that does it for us. Coach, congratulations on a great win. So proud of you guys. Great program you're building there. Things are moving forward. We will see you all next week at Independence.